Marcus Washington, MTC Media. Commanders, new era, new quarterback, new ownership, new everything, as they set to go to Tampa and take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And my keys to the game starts off with what I like to call the law firm of Robinson and Eckler. For all the talk we've heard with the passing game and Daniels and everything else, Washington is going to have to find a way to run the ball against Tampa Bay. The Bucs are going to come with some exotic looks. They're going to come and bring some people from some odd angles and all those things, as now the game planning portion of the season begins. So it's not going to look like the preseason, obviously, but Washington will need to run the ball, and they're going to need to run the ball throughout the season. But it's going to start with Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler. And I'd like to see Eckler being more than just a third down back. Yes, you want Robinson to get a lot of carries, or the bulk of the carries, because he's just one of those guys that as the game goes on, those 2 and 3 yard runs turn into 5 and 6. So now you're 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, and now your playbook frankly opens up. But definitely tomorrow they are going to, or Sunday, they're going to need to get those two guys going. Second, Washington secondary. The Commanders are going to have to do something with Mike Evans, who was supposedly having a down year in the first half of last year and then exploded in the second half of last season. And then Chris Godwin, who is the wily veteran who had an off season when he caught, I think, 80-something catches for over 1,000 yards. But with those guys, it's the chunk plays. Don't let a drag route to Chris Godwin that's a 8-yard drag route turn into 15. 50-50 balls to Mike Evans. Don't let that be this big chunk of 25 yards on 2nd and 8. Those things where they're just taking these big chunks of field, or it's 3rd and 5 and they get 9. Those type of things Washington needs to get off the field, and it starts with the defensive backfield being physical and also being disciplined, and on those 50-50 balls, being able to compete with Mike Evans on those passes to Godwin. Tackle him when you had your first chance to tackle him. Don't let there be this big yards after contact thing. Those are the things that Washington needs to do to help this whole new coaching staff. It's new, guys. I know everyone wants to be excited, but it's new. So we have not seen them in a play calling situation in a regular season game. So the defense can help with that and help with a rookie quarterback. So, and last but not least, Cliff Kingsbury. You knew we were going to get to him. It's going to be interesting to see what this looks like. Obviously, they don't have the pieces to do what is traditionally his air raid offense. And that's one of the big differences between Daniels and then Caleb Williams out in Chicago. Say what you will, Caleb Williams has some weapons out in Chicago. So they'll probably be able to do more than Washington can do, just because they don't have the weapons on the outside. That is something that if you want to ding the new leadership for anything, is in a league where the wide receivers become more and more and more important each season. You have to come to the season with more than just Terry McLaurin, and Washington didn't do that, so they're going to have a whole bunch of guys give them this little piece here, and then a different guy give them this little piece there, but they don't have a guy outside of McLaurin that can really give them multiple pieces in the offense. So it'll be interesting to see how Kingsbury deals with that and how he sticks to his philosophy within the personnel they have here in Washington. So again, week 1, those are my keys for the Washington Commanders against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is Marcus Washington, MTC Media.